Quick house update. All the HVAC work is done. Took 3 weeks, 12 working days total, plus inspections. New air handler connected to the existing ductwork, basement put back together, workshop put back together, air handler in the attic, all new ductwork in the attic, sunk between the joists so I can raise the floor, make it a functional space down the road. Pretty amazing. Outside, 2 new heat pumps, all new electrical, all new copper for refrigerant, dedicated service outlet per code. Very clean work. Nice conduit to hide all the runs. Pretty sweet. Alright, place is a bit blown up, but I'm going to ignore it. We gotta crank some drums out of here. I've missed the past 2 weekends because of the HVAC work, and Bill had a wedding gig last Saturday. He's got another one tomorrow. He's got some hoops to wrap up. Then we can get these 2 drums roped, pressed, out the door. While he does that, I'm going to do some touch-ups on this hoop. Once those are done, we're tackling another project for a Woodshed Stage Art. 15 drum shells, 12 by 3, which are going to be awards, like trophies you can hang on the wall or sit on a shelf. Should be fun. I did my best with these hoops. We're still not totally happy with them because we're picky, so they're gonna get resprayed.
Yeah, probably.
And these are close to getting roped. The exciting part of this one is it's the first shell to use that T-nut technique with the badge. It's really hard to see, but better than the blind holes that usually sometimes punch through, aren't as secure, and it's better than having long bolts and stupid nuts. I like it. I thought you were working on the strainer, but you're making a bushing for there.
Yeah, I do still have to do something to the strainer, but I'm doing this first.
Steel bushing, so the brass doesn't warble out.
Yeah, which we discovered was a problem a while ago, and so this seems to solve it pretty well.
I thought that rain would have brought the humidity down a bit.
Yeah, probably not.
Sweating like a priest at a Pinewood Derby. This faux hemp is tangly.
Yeah, it's kind of rigid, which makes it real painful.
So sometimes these holes get tight. It's usually thicker the leather. So we have found, or Bill has found, that the best way to deal with it is needle nose pliers. Just open them up. You can even crank on the pliers if you need to. And then put the pliers away from the drum.
I think I'm running a little too fast. chips aren't really breaking.
Slow it down a little. Drum number 2 no. Spanish is really coming along.
Seems like it.
All right, these are ready to be pressed. Carry's got to get bolted on. Strainer gets bolted onto that one. This one is Robert Donahue and Robert Littlefield. Ooh, the Roberts.
Yep.
The 2 Bobs.
Yeah, sure is, huh?
All right, set up the press. Never goes where you want it to. Next order of business is to set the roller jig up so we can batch out 15 12 by 3 shells. Nice. 12-inch tubes. We're gonna slice out 15 of them at 3 1/4.
Yep.
3 was a little tight for the lug, so 3 1/4.
That's what they asked for, but not gonna work. So we're gonna give an extra 1/4 inch.
And I'm gonna time it, even though we already quoted the job and we're in it. But I'm just curious.
Yeah, I would like to know. So yeah, let's try to be conscientious of that.
Hit it.
All right.
Cut right at 5 minutes.
Nice.
So I will true those up quick and then do layout. But before that, we're gonna just slice up all these for Brocade Piccolos.
Yep.
Doubling down on it. Okay, these are 3 3/4. Go.
Re-rings in a couple of them, but I'm not sure if there's enough room. Like, we could get a couple re-rings out of this if we did them real skinny. And if we're gonna do that, they'd have to be pretty skinny because
collide with the washers inside.
Yeah, there's not much space in there.
They'd probably be so small they'd look dumb.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably not worth
15
it.
plus 18, carry the 7, square root of 8, 33. Woo!
This is good though. I mean, it's like, those are usable for when something needs re-rings. This is pretty much it for unusable waste. Oh, and there's one that I threw over there. Just like, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch thick or something.
Yeah, that worked out.
Yeah, we did really good. That's not much waste at all.
I just gotta sand them all, so I'll be shaking hands with beef over here for 3 hours. Pressing a bob.
Pressing the bob.
One day that wooden disc is gonna give and it's gonna make me poop my pants.
Yep. Just gonna make you poop your pants.
Poop your pants, poop your pants. Now it's gonna be stuck in my head all night. It's a good first run. Is this the Kanga head or the Kevlar?
Kevlar. Alright, let that settle for a little bit. And do it again.
So you made the bushing on the lathe,
Yep.
and then you're chamfering it, and then you're gonna, what are you gonna use to
Well,
press it in with?
I made this little tool. So basically these holes are in the casting are a tiny bit small and not really round. So I'm drilling them out so that they're the correct size and round. I mean, I should use a reamer, but I don't have a reamer this size, and this is getting me close enough. And then I made this little tool so I can put the bushing on here, and then just in the vise push it in and it goes in straight, and worked pretty well.
Weiss.
Yep. So I figured I'd do a few of them while I was doing it. So, and I made this little thing so it could be, you know, I can make this repeatable. So if I'm doing more than one at a time, I don't have to like find the center of the hole every time. I just get this little.
Oh, you have a
jig
fixture that
thing.
you bolted onto. Oh.
Yeah.
Is that threaded, or you have to put a nut on the back?
They're threaded. So I just screw these in, and then everything's in the right place, so I can just drill it.
Shit.
I wasn't sure if these castings were consistent enough for this to work, but so far, it seems like they are. So
I mean, those castings are never going to be bang on just because of
yeah,
shrinkage and all that stuff.
yeah. But they're I guess my question is like I wasn't sure if they'd be close enough for me to be able to get away with this, and so far they are. So that's pretty awesome.
Well, since I'm here, I'm going to true all these up and spare you the fun. Question here is, do I want to mess with centering 15 different shells and running around this table 15 times, or do I want to do it once and then stack them and transfer the marks? Probably stack them. So there's a little bit of finicky work to get in alignment here. But not as much as the table. I'm going to put them in a drum head so I can just spin the drum head. I didn't film the rest of the layout because Bill was given a tuba lesson, but here is what I did. After I messed around and found my desired locations with one lug, I set 2 combination squares. So I would drop my pencil on my hash, slide the first combo square over, mark the corner, and then mark a tick that I made further up. Come back in with the second combo, strike the cross line. Those are my 2 locations. Once I had those all, I just went and hit them with the awl. So we'll just drill these out. Should eradicate all pencil marks, and the ticks up here will go away when we cut a quick bearing edge. Trying to get more out of it without the press?
I don't have press plates big enough for an 18.
Oh.
But also, the guy wants this to be like Eli Brown style, and specifically, I'm not sure he's going to play with Mudis or just wants a drum that is in the style of what the guys in Mudis use, which are like original Eli Brown drums.
So not
But
high
they-
tension.
Yeah, they tune their drums like crazy low, and so he doesn't want this thing cranked at all. So, I mean, eventually I got to make a set of 18-inch press plates because I'm gonna need them eventually. But for right now, especially because this one isn't supposed to get crazy tight, I'm just gonna do it this way. Might even be enough. I think I'm gonna let that settle for a while.
You do the same thing I do.
Yeah?
You pick a rhythmic figure and you stick with it.
Yeah. Back when I used to do butt joints on re-rings and I'd have to like hammer them in, I would always hammer in 7/8. I don't know why. It's just what I just like noticed it at some point, and then I was like, wow, I always do that.
Are you counting this in 4/4 or are you counting a figure of 7?
This is in 4 in my head.
We should make a sample pack.
Yeah, right.
1043. We're pushing through to get poly on these.
Yep. You got a timer going?
Wow. After this project, we have an even bigger project. Are we allowed to talk about that one? We can talk about
I
that.
think so. 10 sets of concert tones. 50 Weiss.
Branded as.
I think we're branding them Calderwood.
Calderwood Educational Series.
Yeah, we went back and forth a little bit on if it was going to be for their house brand or not, but they decided they wanted us to just go ahead and call it Calderwood. So I've been
A set of 4 concert tones. What are the dimensions? Diameters?
10, 12, 13, 14. So it'll be the first like kind of educational series production instrument that we have, which is, I don't know, I've been on a soapbox about quality instruments for students for long enough. It's about time we do this kind of thing.
10 full sets. So
40 drums.
40 drums. That's going to keep us busy. Doing these now will allow them to dry so that next time we're here we can walk right in, throw the lugs on them, and pack them up.
And get them out the door.
Depending on how they feel, I might run
Like
a really
600 over and
high
over.
grit just to make them feel better, or the paper bag trick.
Yeah, that might be the thing to do. I would really rather not have to put a second coat on, but I think just, yeah, paper bag or like 800 or 1000 grit or something will probably make them just fine.
Since there's a video out in the wild now that clearly shows you in it, are we allowed to talk about that high profile kid?
I'm not really sure. I asked about posting that video.
Anyone and their mother could share it.
True.
Wait, I could share it.
It's true.
I could put a clip of it in this video and just get a copyright claim if they ever notice. Or I could just link to the video in the description. I should point out that bearing edges were not part of this request. We just put them on because it didn't take that much time and we thought it'd be cooler if the things actually made a tone.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I know it's not a drum, it's a trophy, but it's also still a drum, and I don't know, it feels weird sending an unplayable drum out of the shop.
Anyone that picks this up, the first thing they're going to do is
Tap, tap, tap.
tap it.
Yeah. It'd be much more satisfying if it like sounds like something.
And just so you go,
Yeah. Actually, whenever we assemble these, we should throw a head on one just to see if it sounds like anything.
oh. It'd be kicking the ass if it doesn't.
Yeah, I know, right?
Shit.
Boom.
What we come in at for time?
There's a whopping 10 minutes and 55 seconds.
11 minutes.
Yeah, continuing our streak of less than 1 minute per task per drum. That's not going to be the case with assembly. Although honestly, 5 lugs.
We'd have to pad it out for setup times and stuff.
Yeah.
But we projected 30 minutes per drum.
Yeah.
And it did take me quite a while to get the first lug laid out to sit on my squares.
Yeah.
Get the machine set up. So I think we're right within range. We didn't grossly underestimate and gouge anybody, and we didn't pork ourselves. Okay, that's a pretty good run. These two will sit, and then he'll re-tappity-tappity and see if he wants to tweak them.
Yeah, and then those can get out of here very soon.
These will dry. They'll be done next session. And the brocades we can start laying out. I'll probably do a lot of the layout and drilling in my shop just to save time, and then bring them back here for edges and
Yeah, and wrapping and stuff.
wrap.
Yeah, I mean it makes a lot more sense. There's no like, you know, you can do that anywhere. And
Keep me out of trouble and off the streets.
yeah.